our spirit. What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I'm like running around, my head chopped off this morning. My daughter did my hair, so obviously I was not going to walk away from that. So you know what I mean. Had to get that done. Anyway, good morning, everybody. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, a show where I come in to enlighten lives with words of spirit. Just trying to start your Monday morning on a way of just kind of like some upbeat patterns and upbeat stuff. And using words. My chair wants to spin. I don't know what's going on. It just wants to spin. Apparently my hair wants you to see back of my head or something. Who knows? Good morning. Never late, on time. Thank you. I appreciate those words, Keith. I appreciate those words. Why? Because I've always been an on-time person, and that is my excuse when I'm late. I'm just right on time for whatever it's supposed to be. So there you go. So guys, good morning, Tim. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, everybody. Just another shout out to the magazine because I love this magazine. It is The Edge. Remember, this is The Edge Network. And you can always find me at the back of lots of good stuff in this magazine. But you can always find me at the very back of it. Second to last page, there is the page that is the 5-card stud at the week or up for the magazine. Yes, they do change it to 5-card draw. It is 5-card stud, even though they changed the name. They changed. Good morning, Mom. They changed the name because they feel that viewers will like that better. But we both know what this is. It is 5-card stud. Why? Because it's always luck of the draw. It really is luck of the draw when it comes to the cards, isn't it? So we do play that. Today's 5-card stud is, God, I'm going to just spin everywhere today. What is wrong with me? I got the spins apparently. This week I picked Archangel Power Tarot cards. Archangel Power Tarot cards. These cards are by Radley Valentine, and it is a Hay House author. Because you know we love those. Love the nails. Thank you. Today is nail day, so getting rid of these nails and getting some new ones. Me and the granddaughter. As always, we got Neil Diamond Walsh. Remember, guys, I finally told you the truth. I started about 2 months ago picking the subject for this week, last week. Quite honestly, I do it on the commercial break. You want to know when I do this? I do it on the commercial break. Literally, when we go to commercial, I literally look at the book and I go, okay, Lord, what do we need to know next week? And I flip to the page and I put a bookmark in it. That simple. It's really that simple. But I did decide because this week there is a lot of reading. There's a lot of reading. Oh my God, tons. Look at that gorgeous picture. But there's a lot of reading. So I'm just going to spin today. Maybe if I push the chair back, you guys can watch me lounge as I read. So I'm going to put my pair of my glasses on. Why? These are my see the computer better, see the book better glasses. And I thought a couple weeks ago, that maybe my problem is when I'm reading too much, that quite frankly, I'm not seeing the words the way I need to. So I thought if I put my glasses on, maybe that would help me to read that. And I just look smarter. So it says caring creates communication. The difference between human cultures and highly evolved cultures is that highly evolved beings observe fully and communicate truthfully. Yeah, those aren't helping. Apparently, they're the mid-grade glasses. They see what works and they say, what so? The discussion is always around what works for HBE society, highly evolved being society. That is what is functional and produces benefit for all, not around what humans call right or wrong. Honestly expressing one's feelings, for example, is often deemed by human society as wrong. Such a conclusion would never be arrived by an HPE or highly evolved being. Since, since precise awareness of feelings facilitates life in any community, it would be impossible in any event because highly evolved beings receive vibes, actual vibrations from other beings, which make their feelings plain enough. Good morning, Larry. Actual utterances, what you would call words, are rarely, if ever, used. The telepathic communication occurs between all highly evolved sentient beings. Indeed, it could be said that, oh my God, I just can't read. That's what it is. It could be said the degree to which a species or a relationship between members of the same species has evolved is demonstrated by the degree to which beings require the word to use the words to convey feelings, desires, or information. But many of you are returning to a cleaner form of communication, more accurate or more elegant. This is especially true between loved ones, emphasizing a major truth: caring creates communication. Where there is deep love, words are virtually unnecessary. The reverse of this is also true. The more words you have to use with each other, the less time you must be taking care of for each other. Because caring creates communication. Ultimately, all real communication is about truth, and ultimately, the only real truth is love. That is why when love is present, so is communication. And I'm going to tell you, I agree. I mean, that's a mouthful. That's a lot to talk about. I mean, that's a whole lot in there, and I get it. And I knew when that page came up last week, I went, oh boy, we haven't read that much in a while. But I'm going to tell you, I think it's highly true. So often throughout my life, and I'm sure it's yours too, whenever there's an issue in our life, we want to sit down and have this communication. We need to sit down and have a conference. And you know what the conference tends to be? It tends to be a lot of BS manipulation. I hate to say it. Think about every conversation you've ever had when you're trying to explain your feelings. This isn't like sitting down and having just a conversation about who's playing on Sunday or what we think about, and even politics goes there. But this isn't just a general conversation. When we want to sit down with, when we want to say, God, why am I spinning so badly? Whenever we want to sit down and just have a communication about our feelings. What's that mean? It means we sit down with a lot of words, tons of words to express 15 million different ways as to why I'm feeling this way or I'm feeling that way or what the heck is going on in life, right? And all actuality, what we're doing is trying to manipulate somebody to understand our way of feeling. And I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to argue with me on that. They're going to argue. They're going to argue until they're blue in the face on me. And that's okay. You're the one wasting the time of the argument. Good morning, Sarah. It's okay, Sarah. But a lot of times what happens is when we use a lot of words and we start to manipulate things, what ends up happening is we end up losing that thought of what we're really feeling. Okay. I can honestly tell you, when we have an honest feeling going in, you have parents that have been together for 50, 60 years. And you ask them, how did you last this long? They'll tell you good communication and just knowing what the other person needs or wants and being there for that. Okay. Not always is it words that tells you what somebody else needs or wants. It's not. It's not. It's sitting in another room and doing something and all of a sudden getting the feeling that something's going on in the next room, getting that feeling that this person's hungry, this person's tired, this person's this or is that. And you can simply say, hey, are you hungry? You're 9 times out of going to get the 10. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. You don't need a lot of discussion for that, do you? It's a vibration. It's a feeling. Now, yes, in today's society, because unfortunately, we're not all on that page yet, are we? Not everybody's on that page of feeling things, of that telepathic type communication. We're getting there. I will tell you what, we're slowly getting there. We really are. But until we get there, we have to do those practices. We have to have those practices. I mean, how often do you come into a house? Okay. Like literally, I will tell you what, it happens in this house all the time. You can walk up the house and go, ooh, shit's going down today. I can feel it. I can feel the tension. I can feel the anger of what's going on. Good morning, Courtney. And literally, I don't have to walk in and go, oh, who's pissed today? You know, why? Because I can feel, you can feel it. When you walk into the establishment, you can literally feel who it is. You may not know the exact situation going on, but do you really need to? No, it's enough to have the vibration to go, I know this person's upset. I know this person's not having a good day. I know this person, there's something that's kind of affected them. Now, do I need to know the circumstance to make it better? Not at all. No, I don't need to be a psychic person and go, oh my gosh, what's going on in their head? No, I feel the vibration of their feelings. Now, what can I do to help that? Simply said, I can literally make dinner. I can literally come in a little bit more upbeat. I can, start cleaning for them. I can do things to help alleviate some of the tension that they're feeling. I don't need them to communicate to me what's going on. If I want to make sure it's not me, I can look at them and say, hey, is it me you're bothered with? Simple yes or no. I don't need to have them talk to me about everything. If they say it's you, okay, well, when you're ready, I'm here. Until then, I'm going to go do things to help alleviate some of the tension, some of that anger type feeling or aggressive type feeling. Why? So that when it is time to sit down and talk, we don't need to have a lot of words that just are not necessary before we get to the point of what's going on. And so often we don't do that in society. We feel angry or we feel that vibe and we run. Oh my God, we either run or we come face to face and go, booyah, we're going to nail it and go, and then when you either get a running sensation where then that's going to create a lot more feelings, or you get I'm going to hit this straight on, and you get two people now escalating in that feeling, and then you're really going to have too many words that are really going to become a lot of manipulation and not a lot of clear communication. You get the vibe here? You get the vibe? So how, you know what? And I didn't even mention the word love yet, did I? And I know every week we go to love, but I never even mentioned it yet. But honestly, what am I doing? What am I doing when I start to literally dispel or diffuse the feeling? I'm feeling the vibe that somebody's upset. Now, I'm not looking at them and saying, hey, there's no reason for you to be upset. I'm not going to invalidate their feelings. I'm not going to look at them and say, you have no reason for this. No, I'm going to let them sit in their feelings. I'm going to let them sit and ponder that feeling. I'm going to let them hold on to it. I'm going to honor them. I'm going to honor them. I'm going to use an act of love, which is I'm honoring you. I love you, and that's why I'm honoring you, to allow you to have those feelings. What I'm going to do is now things to help to lift the vibration, help to lift it. I'm going to use love to lift this vibration. Why? Because I want you to feel better. So therefore, I am going to do things to help alleviate the vibration itself, to change the vibration. That is not taking somebody's frustration with me away. It's just changing things a little bit. Does that make sense for everybody? So that when the time comes for conversation, the tension is gone. And we can then have a communication without anger, without frustration. And I can look at this person because now I've had time to sit in their energy, sit in their vibration, help to balance the vibration between us. It's not a manipulation of things. It is just literally going, I'm going to balance this energy so that we can come together and have a beautiful conversation now. Of which, again, is not going to be a whole lot of manipulation or a whole lot of words. Why? Because now that this energy is balanced, now that this energy, I'm going to spin again. Now that this energy is balanced, or I got to use my toes to stop the spinning. Now we can, that person's not feeling those, I'm not going to say negative feelings, but heavier feelings. Now that maybe they've kind of came up a little bit. Now we can have a conversation where there's not going to be an argument. Now we can have a clear communication. They can get to the point. I was upset because you did this, this, this. I honor the fact of your feelings and I get it. And please hold me out because I want to explain why I did this, this, and this. And that might be I was being a dumbass and I didn't realize I was offended you. Or it might be this is my thought process behind the XYZ. Short conversation, isn't it? It's a short conversation because this person come back, go, okay, I understand that. Either please think more of my feelings before you do something if you're being the dumbass part of the conversation, or I understand why you're doing this, but this is how I seen it. Again, no manipulation, no trying to dismiss the other person or seeing the other person is wrong in what they're doing, thoughts or feelings, because there's nothing wrong in it. But just a clear communication of understanding. Makes sense? But it really started with an act of love. It started with an act of vibration of going, I feel this vibration. I feel this energy. And then going, okay, let's change this energy. Let's balance out this energy so that we can have that killer communication. And one day I will tell you what, as we're moving through this, and you might think I'm crazy in this, but honestly, I'm not. I really am not. We're going to get to that point in life where we don't have to use the mouth anymore for the sentiments that we say. I know it's really hard to think. I mean, how would I do a podcast without my mouth? Really? How would I do a podcast without going, da, 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 da? Quite frankly, podcasts probably won't be here anymore. If you really want to know, we probably won't have these anymore. A lot of things will change. A lot of things are going to dissipate. Okay? You're going to have a lot of things differing. Tons of things differing. If you don't believe me, look at some of the gaming systems they have these days for kids. Literally gaming systems where they put something on their head and their eyes. I've never had one, but you put something over the head and something over the eyes, and it's totally sensory. You can't tell me we're not moving to a time where all this isn't happening anymore. Or a podcast might be my words, but me being on such a much higher level of vibration that the words will be just much more conscious than they are today. Who knows? Who knows? But really, I love it. Courtney's like, VR makes me sick, LOL. Yes, I get it. But it's only because your body's not used to it. When it comes to a time and day when we are doing all of that, because trust me, we're going to, you're not going to get sick from it anymore. Why? Because they're going to fine tune it and we're going to adjust to it. And our balance of frequency is going to change because exactly, it's a frequency thing right now. It's already frequency. That's what it is. And people don't realize that. So let's get into more of those. And I think it's funny because the whole time I was reading that, I kept seeing animals in my head. I kept seeing animals, lots of animals in my head. I've seen wolves and tigers and lions. Oh my. And the reason why I think I was seeing that was because quite honestly, animals go off of vibration. We're supposed to be the smart ones, aren't we? We're supposed to be evolved. Why? Because we have words and houses and oh my God, my nose, all that wonderful stuff. But quite honestly, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, sorry. Felt very royal with that one. Oh, animals, honestly, in a lot of aspects, are much more highly evolved. Thank you, Courtney. Than we are. Why? Because they don't have jobs and they don't have luxury castles and they don't have artificial fur coats and they don't have couches and TVs. I get it. But what do they have? They never have to worry for a home. They rarely worry for food. When they meet other people or other beings, it's clearly a vibration. It's a vibration. They're going off a telepathic nature. I can never say the word. I have to stop and see the word in my head and then pronounce it. Very strange. But I can say spaghetti. But they go off a telepathic nature. Because they go off of vibration. They go off of feeling. That's how they work. That's how they survive. And quite honestly, if you look at a lot of species that get together and really commune together, quite honestly, I mean, look at any jungle type situation. Now, you would think because, the anaconda and or the tiger or lion, and I don't even know if those two species live in the same jungle, but you get the drift. These are going to be two of the highly evolved species for killing in any environment. Okay? But yet, they haven't eradicated their food source. They haven't eradicated what is needed to have that area survive. They take what they need and they leave it alone. That's it. They actually help the environment. Okay, they help the environment. It's like everybody hates mosquitoes. Well, what do you have to help with mosquitoes? A dragonfly. A dragonfly eats mosquitoes. We do need mosquitoes for certain things, but dragonflies come in to take those. We need rodents for one job, but we need a snake to take care of the rodents so that it doesn't get to be too many rodents that overpopulate. See what I mean? The species that we look at, or the species that we look at as not being highly evolved, they are the species that don't eradicate their food source, don't destroy their homes, don't kill everything or put everything down that they see, and live on vibration and feelings. Tell me who's the more evolved. I think we have a lot to look at when we look at the animal kingdom and go, wait a second, where did we lose in this? Where did the human species lose in this? Well, we lost. Why? Because we don't live on feelings anymore. We think feelings are, we teach our boys not to feel because it's not good to cry. We teach our girls that they're highly emotional and really not able to be dealt with because they're too emotional. And we tried to get bigger and better homes, but yet don't have enough homes to go around. We have landfills destroying the population. Why? Because we want bigger and better stuff instead of recycling stuff or just having what we have and enjoying what we have. We constantly do this. I don't think we are the evolved, highly evolved beings that we want to think that we are. I think we have a long, long ways to go. And I think until we get to the point that we go back to our emotions, we go back to our feelings. And when I say emotions and feelings, I'm meaning vibration. Understanding what your emotions are without all the drama of emotions. See what I mean? You can have emotions without having drama of emotions. So a highly evolved being is going to understand their emotions. They're going to understand they're upset. They're going to understand that they're happy. They're going to understand that they're hungry. They're going to understand these things that are going on without the drama of, oh my God, I'm so upset. They don't do the drama. They just understand the emotion. And when you have those clear emotions, you do send out a vibration of what that clear emotion is. And the rest of us are able to pick up on that clear emotion and then able to send back a vibe to help them with that feeling. See where I'm getting at, guys? I mean, I started this conversation with coming in and doing something to help somebody. Good morning, Lee. I came with coming in to help somebody balance their frequency, balance their emotion. Because I do know in this day and society that we have to start that way. Where do we start? We start with the whole, let's balance the emotions. Let's do an act of good or what we consider good to help somebody balance their emotions so that we can have a clear conversation. When we continue to do this, we'll actually get to that point where we'll walk in and somebody's going to have a clear, frustrated or clear, angry emotion going on, and they're going to send that out. And the person walking in is going to go, oh, I feel that. I'm going to counter that with a sending back of love and joy to help balance. Remember, guys, when I always say everybody's psychic, there's nobody in this world that is not psychic. Okay? There's nobody in this world that doesn't have psychic abilities. And I will tell you what, I have had the toughest of the tough come to my classes and say, I don't feel anything. And they walk away going, holy shit, you taught me how to feel. No, I just helped you remember. Because when you're psychic, you get those little hits in your mind. You get those hits. You do. It just goes boom, there it is. And that's where you were going to. When you start to feel vibrations and you start to get very consistent on feeling those vibrations, and then you start to open your mind, you start to get those hits. You get a visual, you get a thought, you get a hearing, you get a knowing. And that's why I always tell people what I do isn't special. I've just trained a lot more than the average human has to do this. And that is where our society is going to, guys. We are going to a highly evolved civilization. Good morning, Belle. And as we do that evolution, you're going to find your psychic abilities getting stronger, your extrasensual abilities expanding to the point where we're not going to use the mouth anymore. We won't need it. It'll be an unnecessary thing to use. Right now, our mind is an unnecessary thing that we have. And we think our mouth is what gets us through. It's going to flip-flop, guys. It's going to flip-flop to where the mind is going to be what we use and not the mouth so much. And I know you guys are going, yeah, she's jumped off the deep end this morning. She's gotten crazy. Like, oh my gosh, where are we going to? But it's where we're going. It's where we're evolving to. You know, we have a lot of predictions going on. We have a lot of Nostradamus predictions happening. We have a lot of Edgar Cayce things that were said that are happening. We have a lot of everything going on and happening that were predicted. And you can't fight it, guys, because I will tell you what, Nostradamus was born many centuries ago. And none of his quatrains have been wrong so far. None of them. Well, can't say that. He misspelled Hitler's name. And that's the only thing he's done wrong. There's going to be a day where we totally evolved. There's going to be a day where we live in a much more peaceful society. And we're not going to worry about what the Chinese are doing or what the Russians are doing or what the Germans are doing or what the Americans doing, because I don't believe we're going to necessarily have those borders. We won't need them. But that's a whole nother conversation now, isn't it? So, guys, we're going to close the chapter on that one. But remember, caring does create communication. Caring about somebody else. Caring about somebody else's feelings. Caring about somebody else's vibration. And sending those caring vibrations out really do balance out a lot of things and help much better communication. So that being said, guys, we're going to take a commercial break here. When we come back, we're going to do our 5 card stud. This has been DeEtte on School Through Spirit, because we're back in session on the Edge Network. See you in a few.
Attention, curious practitioners in the realm of transformative experiences, holistic wellness, intuitive guidance, and metaphysical arts. Are you ready to expand your horizons and take your practice to new heights? Join the Edge Partner Directory, where your expertise can shine and your services can transform lives. We are dedicated to creating a community of practitioners who are as curious and passionate as you are about guiding others on their journeys of self-discovery, healing, and growth. As a member of the Edge Partner Directory, you will connect with a network of like-minded practitioners who share your curiosity and passion for exploring the depths of human potential, and showcase your unique offerings to a diverse audience of seekers actively looking for transformative experiences here, there, and everywhere. Embrace your curiosity and take the next step in your practice's journey to becoming an Edge Partner. Learn more at edgedirectory.net. Again, go to edgedirectory.net. Life is full of crossroads, and navigating them can be daunting. But fear not. Join us on Navigating Life's Crossroads Pathways to Freedom with Leslie Wegleitner, your guide through the journey of self-discovery. In a world filled with inner conflict, external pressures, and the constant tug between your choices and others' expectations, Leslie will help you face your fears head-on. Discover how to choose your path authentically without compromising your true self. Our show explores the profound question, how can you find inner peace, align with your deepest desires, and make decisions that honor your unique journey? Leslie's wisdom and expertise will inspire you to embrace your own path and empower you to move forward with confidence and clarity. Don't let life's crossroads overwhelm you. Tune in into navigating life's crossroads, pathways to freedom, and embark on a transformative journey towards self-discovery and true freedom. It's time to find peace within and make choices that resonate with your heart and soul. Join us and let's explore your path to a life you truly deserve at lesliewegleitner.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network. Yes, it is the Edge Network, created by the Edge Magazine. So, excuse me, and good morning, Casey Satorni. Please talk, Casey. Come on. Good morning. Her name didn't pop up for me to see, but I do see you were talking to her, so there you go. Excuse me, my whole insides. So, and guys, I already picked next week's. I literally opened it up and I'm like, holy shit, it blows me away. I'm not going to start talking about it because just remember this conversation, then you'll see where next week is. Good morning. There's her face. Oh my God, I actually seen her name now, which is really cool. I love that. So let's get into our 5-card stud. We are using the Archangel Power Tarot cards this morning. Again, these ones came to me opened. Some decks do come to me open, guys. I don't know why, but they do, which does open up to my thing, guys. If you have decks sitting around that you're like, hey, I never use these decks, I don't want them, send them to me. I will be more than happy to showcase those decks. I will tell you, I don't send the decks back to you, though. I do put them in my magical boxes that I do give out to people, or they get raffled out for communities, raffling, whatever might be going on. So I do repurpose them too. Oh, I can do that, darling. I do send them back into the community somehow, just to kind of brighten somebody else's day and or raise money for other organizations. So that being said, this deck did come to me opened already. So not using the opening box. I will tell you what, some of these boxes I do love, even though they're these. I think it's when they're bigger like this, they don't get suctioned in there horribly. So then my hands like to open them. As I've gotten older, I got 53-year-old hands, and they don't always like to. These hands used to wrench. I'll tell you what, I used to be able to knock out some brake bolts, and I used to rebuild carburetors and lift up motors. I'm telling you, I used to be able to pick up a twin engine and put it into a motorcycle frame. These hands can barely open up a deck of cards anymore, which is ridiculous. But that's okay. So let's look at these. Okay, just a plain box. I want to read, now that I got the cards out, I want to read about the box. It says, it's not enough to receive answers. You also need courage, motivation, and empowerment to take decisive steps based on those answers. Now you can receive to act upon them. Okay, wait, I missed a whole line. Now you can receive accurate messages in a gentle way and get the confidence to act upon them. You'll feel driven to move forward with positive life changes with the help of the archangels who guide you in an Archangel Power Tarot cards, the 78-card deck, and accompanying guidebook, which retain the magic of traditional tarot with beautiful, inspiring words and imagery. Were created for highly sensitive people who need encouragement to put their divine messages into action. I love this. Hey, Darren. So guys, and the beautiful book. It is a big book. It is a big book. It's a huge book, which I kind of like big books. I really do. Why? Because they make the words bigger for old eyes, which is crazy. The book does look pretty simple, though, kind of straightforward, which I love, which I do love. Has a major arcana, the minor arcana. It does tell you how to take care of your cards. I mean, it's got a contents. I love this. I would love this. I love it when cards are really kind of evolved. This is what I like more than anything. Look at those beautiful imageries. Okay, to me that screams Harry Potter. I won't lie. Screams Harry Potter. But that just tells me, guess what? I'm gonna love this deck. This deck is gonna be awesome. So with that being said, let's do some shuffling. Do you read dreams? I do, Darren. I do. Matter of fact, I was just telling my daughter this today. I am exhausted today because of my dreams, my dream life. Before I do this, let's do a little bit on dreams. Oh my gosh. If I still have them, Lee, I'll just give it to you. I'll tell you, I'll just give them to you when I see if I still have them someplace. I don't know if I put those in a magical box. If I did not put them in a magical box and I still have them, and when I will carry them with me and I'll give you to them, because you know what, you have given me so much. Guys, if you knew Lee, I show up at an event. This woman's got coffee for me out of nowhere, cards, Christmas, thank yous. Oh my God, she just shows up for the radio community like you wouldn't believe. She's awesome. Remind me though, Lee, the next event that I might see you at, and I will grab them if I have them. Anyway, let's talk about dreams for a minute. So when we look at dreams, okay, we're just going to break it into two different types of dreams, guys. You've got dreams that are just kind of like those psychedelic dreams, like monkeys in bird cages, and rainbow butterflies flying around, or war dreams of craziness all happening, blah, blah, blah. A lot of those psychedelic dreams that you wake up and you're like, what the hell was that? Those are dreams that your brain is just really trying to figure out the day and working out the day. That's all it is. You've had a lot of stuff going on in your brain in that dreamland without consciousness involved with this. Remember, this is all unconscious. It is literally just trying to figure out the whole day of what's the sequence of events. Now you have a lot of dreams that are very prophetic dreams. Okay, so we're going to have to do 3 different types of dreams. We have prophetic dreams of which you see the future, things that are going to happen. Okay, that will include dreams of visitations for loved ones, things of that nature. Now, I love to throw in another set of dreams, which are part of the first set of dreams, which are your brain working things out. Like a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, 4 weeks ago, I had a beautiful reading where the woman said that I'm here and I really need to balance out my masculine energy. And I went, more. I'm sick of this, because I really thought I had done it all. I mean, I've done so much work. I was like, how have I not? So what does a girl do when she's told that? I went to my chiropractor 2 weeks ago. I went to my chiropractor and he went, well, how can I help you other than your back? And I went, because he works with my chakras. He is, you know what, the man behind the woman that really keeps this aligned is my chiropractor. He's awesome because he's a holistic chiropractor. So not only does he put my joints in back together, he checks my chakras every time. He asks where I'm at, my readings, how are they at? He muscle tests me. He does it all to see where I am at out of balance, which is so cool. And when I looked at him, I said, you know what? He's like, you're all balanced. What's going on? And I said, I had a reading and they literally said I need to balance my masculine energy, but I can't figure out where it is that it's off whack because I've done it all. And he muscle tested me. He went in, he looked, he's like 1700s. You need to look at the 1700s. And I went, okay, got it. So that weekend I was in an event with some amazing friends, and one of them was an amazing healer. And I went, girl, we need some tongues. And when I mean tongues, she speaks in tongues. She prays and speaks in tongues. And we need some healing. And she said, got you. I said, it's about that. You know, I said, we're focusing on my past lives, 1700s. Don't know what's going on, but there's been an act that's happened that boom, I need to balance out. And she said, okay. We went and sure as shit if we didn't find it. I mean, found it, dealt with it. And she was like, you hit that hard. And I did. I'm like, she took me back to where it was. I seen it and boom, we nailed it. Right. I was like, I am not pussyfooting around with this excuse lingo, but we're going to get through this. And we did. And we rocked it. Awesome. Dealt with the past life one. Really thought this was going to be the end. Like, okay, balanced them. Great. Think it's that easy. It's never that easy. So what happened? I came home and for 2 weeks, my dream world has been crazy. And I've literally been dealing in my dreams with a relationship I had 12 years ago. But it was a relationship of 12 years, a very highly domestic violence relationship, of which I always cowered. I cowered in this relationship. I might scream back sometimes, but mainly I cowered. I cowered to being treated badly. I cowered to being beaten. I cowered when I got cheated on. I cowered to all of it. Think about some of the worst domestic violence relationships, and that's really what it was. And I cowered to it all the time. I was giving up that part of me all the time. And even though I had healed from it, I've healed from the relationship, I never dealt with my balancing out myself in that relationship because I was very feminine in that energy. And not that feminine is weak. I just chose a feminine way of not being combative back, not being this, not being that. I wanted to take what I thought was a higher road. That being said, in my dreams, he has came at me in my dreams And guess what this did? I went back at him. I went, hell no, are you going to do this to me? And I fight back in my dreams now, which is not what I was doing before. So my mind and my energy and my soul is balancing out my masculine and my feminine in my dream state. So sometimes, Darren, you can go into your dream state and go, what are these dreams? Are they your brain figuring out something, or is it your brain seeing something that hasn't come to light yet? And if you feel like it's more your mind is balancing something out, go to what you think it might be trying to, like, you break down the dream to go, what is it that's truly happening in this dream? And then you can figure it out on your own. You don't need somebody else to interpret those dreams, but if you need that help, let me know, and we will work at it together to see what's going on. Lot of words for such a short answer, huh? See, this is not a highly evolved being. I talk a lot. So let's go with our 5-card stud today. As you know, you're going to pick a card 1 through 5, or you can pick 2 cards, all 5 cards. You can wait until I put them all together into a full reading, whatever you want. And I also love how we've added that if you have 5 or 6 different questions, you can literally put this number with this question, this number with this question, and the whole bigger question, whatever you want. This is really just for you and where you're sitting in that life. Okay. Love it. Yeah, Lee, if you actually look at this month's or this edition of the Edge, you'll see I use the Bird Vibes. That was my favorite deck. That deck was pretty rocking. Okay, card number 1. Card number 1 is the Chariot. It is determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. I really like this card. But let's hit this a little bit further with this card, because not as it got all of that determination, self-control, and career advancement. Not does it have it all that, but it's finding a balance. Why? Because these chariots did not come with seats, and they did not come with seat belts. They came with, you had to stand. You needed to have muscular balance. You had to have control. You had to have a determination. You had to have all of that. And then you had to have the ability to control an animal or 2 animals pulling this thing. That takes a whole lot of control to go forward with this. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, if you're working on a lot of self-control this week, you are working on control within your life. I don't think it's just necessarily career, but I think it's within your life, within yourself. And because you are trying to go forward, you're going, oh my God, I'm stuck. How can I get unstuck? Well, it's coming back to self, and it's saying you need more self-control, you need more determination, and you need to have it as an overall, not just a singular. Card number 2, the Lover's card. Make choices from the heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. And I love this because this card is more about choices. It's as much as you see the Lovers on there, it's about choices. I won't even lie. And it's Archangel Raphael. This one was Archangel Metatron, which completely makes sense. This one is Archangel Raphael. Why? Because that's more about love, but it is about choices. And if you pick card number 2, you're in a state of choices. Do I go right? Do I left? Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I do this? Do I do that? You're in the land of choices. And I know you're sitting there going, but which way do I go? Like, this card is supposed to tell me which way do I go. It's going to tell you to follow your heart. It's going to tell you to follow your heart in this choice. And that's what the Lover card is always about. It's always about you have choices to make. You have choice 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. But where's your heart going? It takes the mind out of it. You're not going to the mind. You're going straight to the heart. And you're going, where should I go? Where do I feel I need to be? And that's what the card's about. Card number 3, the divine guidance. Ooh, divine guidance. Beautiful. Archangel Sandalphon. The search of, I'm just like, this, I don't know why. This card's like hitting me hard. The search of meaning of life. No wonder why. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. This one I just want to hold. I just want to sit with this one. I just want to go, oh, yes. And why? Because if you pick card number 3, you really are searching for something bigger, something deeper, something more meaningful. You're not good with the mundane choices of your life. You're not good with just whatever's happening in life anymore. You're literally going, you know what? I want something more. yeah, I'm making a lot of money right now. And yeah, if I do this, I'm not going to be making as much money, but I'm going to feel better about myself because it's more for me. And that's what this card's about, is making those choices because you are looking at yourself going, what is the best for me? Where do I want to be? What is going to make me feel the best? And that's what the card's about. It's about going in to go, oh, I'm figuring out me now. Card number 4, the Emperor, which is Archangel Uriel, which loves to be with me a lot. I will tell you what, Uriel's my boy. Uriel's my boy. He loves to teach. I show up to teach. Uriel's there. I show up for galleries. Uriel's there. And I love him. Stability, efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. Ambitious plans. No wonder why he shows up, huh? And I couldn't even told you why he showed up. I just know those two situations. If I'm teaching, Uriel shows up, and I will tell you what, students have seen him standing next to me. They're like, you got an archangel. I'm like, I know his name's Uriel. Isn't it cool? He also shows up for galleries, but this is why, obviously. So with this being said, this is, if you pick card number 4, this really is the card that says, hey, guess what? You have got to be the one that stands up. You are the one that's going to have to go, oh my gosh, I can do this. I want this. This is happening. No matter what anybody says, I'm rocking this, okay? And that's what that card is about. It's about showing up. So if you pick card number 4, it's time for you to show up. It's time for you to say, boom, this is mine. I'm doing this no matter what. Yes. But it is doing it in a very stable way, very efficient. It's not going, you know what, when you want something, but you're like, oh, no, I really want it. You're going to go around every corner around the whole block to get to that point. This card is saying, I want it. This is mine. I'm not messing around. I'm going to get this in an efficient manner because I'm no longer wasting time. And that's what card number 4 is. Now, card number 5 is the Empress, which is Archangel Gabriel. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. Time to take action on your plans. Look at that gorgeousness. I love these cards. These cards I might just keep for my darn self. I love these cards. Time to act. I love this. Time to act. It means, you know what? You're done. If you pick card number 5, you're done. You're done. You're done with all the BS. You're done with waiting. You're done with going, what the hell? This card really is stating that, you know what? I put my work in. Time to reap it. Time to reap it. It's why, because you are doing more. You're doing more. Card number 1 was the Chariot. Card number 2 was the Lovers. 5 was the Divine Guidance. 4 was the Empress. And 3 was, I'm really reading the numbers. I just looked down and realized, even though I shuffled, even though these cards came to me open, I literally picked cards 7 through 3, and I didn't even realize that's what I did until I started reading. Card number 1 was the Chariot. Card number 2 was the Lovers. 3 was Divine Guidance. 4 was the Emperor, and 5 was the Empress. Now, when we look at these cards as a whole, I'm looking at this. This card is about really this week is all about you going, what am I going to do? I'm stuck. I don't know where I'm going. This week is you just looking at it going, you know what? This is what I want, and this is how I'm going to do it. End of story. And throughout this week, you're going to have big changes. If you do this, if you follow this, this is a week of big changes. This is a week that says, you know what? This is me, hear me roar. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. This is how it's happening. Okay. And you're going to stick to your guns on this. You're done. Excuse the language. You're done pussyfooting around with the bullshit is what it is. Done with it. You're like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm sick of it. It's gotten me nowhere. So this is a week where you say, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. End of story. Boom. And you're going to run with it. And it is because you came in here. You finally made your decisions. You finally made your choices. You finally said, you know what? I want more. And you're going to go with it. And that's what this week's about. This week's all about that. So hopefully you can take that, put your feather in your hat, and run with your horse down the road on that one. And hopefully it makes sense. Oh my gosh, I love it. When am I free? I need to book with you. Casey, look where I'm at on the schedule around you. I know I'm up north someplace probably pretty soon. Either way, guys, This is an awesome week. I love this. I love the fact that, you know what, today's discussion and its cards and everything kind of came together as a full circle. So I love that. As always, guys, if you do want to book with me, you can always go to my website, DeEtte.us. It's up there under my name, DeEtte.us. And book with me on my website. I do have classes on there. I haven't been doing a lot of teaching. I've been finishing up some mentorships right now. And I just want to finish those up before I start a new class. I don't know why. Spirit hasn't been going teach right now. I don't know why. So I've been like putting that on the back burner for right now. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be come back and doing it. I will be. Because normally I have classes going all the time. And right now it's just been like, no, we don't need to do that right now. But if you do want a reading, definitely book with me, DeEtte.us. You can go to my schedule, see that. Oh my gosh, guys, I changed that logo already. I changed that logo. I decided I didn't like that one. Can you believe it? I decided, I went, no, not liking it. Don't want to see it. No, I'm over it. So I changed it. I should probably put up the one. I got to see if it's up here in my computer because I have not loaded it up yet. I have not loaded it. Oh, let me see. Is it there? Let me see. I will see. Let me see if I can find it really quick and see if I can put it up there because I've been messing with it. I decided that one was just really too harsh and I didn't like how harsh it looked. I felt it was just like not really beautiful logo, not really me. Not really me. It's kind of what I went at. So this is what I changed it to. A little bit different, a little softer. I mean, still the same me, still the same principles, but a little softer me. And that's what I wanted to say. I've shown up, I'm meaning business, but I'm doing it softly. So I changed it. That's all I did. So that being said, guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. If you want to see me this weekend, I will be at Days of the Dead this weekend, which is awesome. Days of the Dead is a huge conference in Chicago. I love it. I went to the first one back in November, going to my next one here in this weekend. It is the spring one. It is all about horror films, guys. It is an event of horror films and cosplays for all those wonderful actors. Paranormal, it's good. A little bit of paranormal, not a lot, a little bit of paranormal there. I'm actually highlighting the paranormal with the Shadow Hunters paranormal experience, but I have my own area and it's called the Medium's Lounge. I am with me and Dana. I have myself in my lounge with Deidre. Deidre Sanford is my guest this time, along with Dana Stricker. And me and Dana have a panel Sunday morning at 11 a.m. all about psychic mediumship, all about mediums and in our day-to-day life and our work and our readings in paranormal, all of it. We're just bringing it to the table and we're rocking it, which is awesome. So that's Days of the Dead in Chicago. I believe it's in the Rosemount. Don't quote me on that. I will be doing a live later on this week if you want to see that. I also wanted to announce something special, and it's this. Tim decided to do a Days of the Dead. Oh my God, I gotta do this mirror thing. Ugh. You already know I hate this. I have to go in here and I have to hit this. I have to do this. I hate this. I have to do this. There we go. Ever near Days of the Dead free Kindle promotion. So March 22nd through the 24th, okay, is the Days of the Dead. But this actually starts Wednesday, guys. This actually starts Wednesday. So if you have a Kindle, you can download his book for free onto the Kindle app and read it for free. It is on Amazon, as you know. Amazing story. I've read this book. I was there throughout the whole creation of this book. I got to write a whole blurb on a review on this book, and it's super awesome, guys. So take a moment, do that, go see that, get your downloaded copy. It starts this Wednesday. And guys, Spirit of the Spring is coming June 1st. Now I know that's a ways out. I know it's a ways out, but I got to highlight this. This is literally June 1st and 2nd in Broadhead, Wisconsin at the Broadhead Manor. And yes, Patty Negri is there. Natalie Jones is there. I am there. Shadow Hunters is putting it on. Bill Walter is there. Oh my God, so many amazing people there. But my granddaughter's there, and she is doing her temporary tattoo business. Again, she's up in her game. We are changing the prices, guys. It says $2, but she's going to have $1 tattoos, $2 tattoos, and $5 tattoos. Now, guys, this is a week before her 7th birthday. So I might surprise her with a birthday cake. I'm not sure. Don't tell her if I decide to. But it's a week before her 7th birthday. And last year was the first year of her doing this. And she had a lot of fun. This year, she's taken it to another level. And she's getting like a money box, the whole 10 yards. We actually designed her flyer yesterday. So it looks like all different types of temporary tattoos. So you'll be able to see that June 1st and 2nd at Spirits of the Spring in Broadhead Manor. I got to do that. And I know my son. There we go. That's probably better. You can read that now. Anyway, I need to paint this side of it now. Ugh, it's ugly gray. I don't mind gray, but right now I'm in my white face, so I'm going to have to paint that. Anyway, guys, I hope today you really enjoyed it. I thank you always for being here with me every week, and I will see you next Monday morning, 9 a.m. with School Through Spirit on the Edge Network as we talk about all things enlightened. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.